Hello and welcome to training number 2. Okay, so today we are going to speak a little bit in more detail about the nutrition side of things. Now, I understand this is a problem for so many people, and it's an area where so many people fail for the most part because, in my opinion, it is overcomplicated by so many people. Firstly, you should always see food as your friend. Okay, we want to build your relationship with food. Now, I understand probably in the past a lot of people watching this video have not had a great relationship with food, and that's for the most part through no fault of your own. A lot of people are misled into different beliefs. Obviously, you grow up with certain habits that you've developed over a lifetime through your parents and the parents before them. And today we're going to look a little bit into more detail just how easy it can be and simple it can be, and a couple other things relating to calories and things along those lines. Okay, so what we're going to start with is your TDEE. As you can see here, that's your total daily energy expenditure. So firstly, everyone thinks when you go to the gym you burn loads of calories. That's how you burn most calories in a day, which is a complete and utter myth. Okay, your calories that you burn throughout the day are broken down into 4 different categories. Okay, your first one is your BMR, which is your basal metabolic rate. Okay, now these are the calories that your body will burn at rest. Okay, if you were to lie in your bed all day, your body would burn these calories anyway, just to maintain homeostasis in the body and keep you alive. Okay, now this actually equates to about 70% of your total calories burned throughout a day. Now, this is obviously on average, this is not every single person, but for the most part, about 70% of your calories you burn throughout the day is done so through your BMR. Okay, moving on to number 2, you've got NEAT, which is your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Now, what this is everything outside of a gym program. So it could be, brushing your teeth, taking the stairs, doing the housework, the school run. Everything along those lines is classed as non-exercise activity thermogenesis, and this is what you would call as NEAT. Okay, now that actually roughly equates to about 15% of your total calories burnt throughout the day. Right, moving on to your thermic effect of food, TEF, thermic effect of food. Now, what this is your body has to digest and absorb and use the nutrients in the food that you put inside it. Okay, so every time you eat, your body needs to burn calories to digest and absorb that food, which sounds completely normal and rational, and it actually takes up about 10% of your total calories burnt throughout the day. Okay, which is a lot higher number than a lot of people probably think. All right. Finally, you've got your EAT, which is your exercise activity thermogenesis. Now, this is everything inside the gym program, inside structured and programmed activity. So in the gym, running, whatever it may be, this is how your body burns those calories. Okay, and that actually equates to around about 5 to 7% on average your total calories burnt throughout the day, depending on the person, of course. Okay. So as you can see, the exercise that you are doing actually does not equate to a heck of a lot of calories that you're burning throughout the day. Okay, your BMR, your NEAT, and your thermic effect of food actually burn more calories than when you're doing your exercise. So this is a start point to this video that don't think, oh, I'm going to do this workout and that's going to burn all the calories in the world. Okay, understand how your body burns the calories in the food that you are eating, right? Your total daily energy expenditure broken up into 4 different categories: BMR, your NEAT, your thermic effect of food, and your exercise activity thermogenesis. All right, so that's a brief understanding of how your body burns those calories, and then we're going to move on to what calories actually are. Okay, so calories, yes. A calorie is a unit of measurement given to food or drink. It's as simple as that, okay? No calorie is indifferent. 1 calorie is 1 calorie, whether you get that through the healthiest source in the world or the least healthy source in the world, it is still 1 calorie. Okay, and a lot of people get kind of misled by this, that, oh, this has got more calories and this is it, blah, 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 blah. Calorie is a calorie. When it comes to losing body fat, it's measured in calories, not through salad or through pizza. right? If you were to have 2,000 calories from the healthiest food in the world, or 2,000 calories from the poorest quality food in the world, it would still do exactly the same to the body fat in your body. Yes, you may feel, in fact, not you may, you definitely are going to feel very fucking different if you eat 2,000 calories worth of good, nutritious food, or 2,000 calories worth of very shit, poorly, poor nutritious food. You're going to feel extremely different. But in terms of fat loss and the unit of measurement, it is exactly the same. Stop getting hung up on that kind of thing. All right. So that is how that is what a calorie is made of. So some foods are calorie dense and nutritiously poor. Some foods are calorie like calorie sparse, lack of calories, but nutritiously high. Typically like vegetables. Okay, very low in calories but very nutritious. Okay, and then you've got on the other hand, chocolate high in calories, not very nutritious, but they still equate to the same number of calories. Obviously, if you had 200 calories of vegetables or 200 calories of chocolate. Okay, so I want you to be clear. A calorie is a calorie from wherever it comes from. For food and drink, it is the same. It just has different nutritional qualities. Okay, now some foods, obviously, like your proteins and stuff like that, that's where you want to get most of your calories from. You want to get your calories from nutritious foods, but it's not the be all and end all. I hope that makes sense. I hope you're with me. I hope you understand that. As I say, a lot of people will be very hung up on calories. Okay, and it is basically a mathematical equation. If you want to lose body fat, you need to be in a calorie deficit. It is as simple as that. Honestly, I could dive. It can become a rabbit hole. You can dive deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. But for the most part, that's as basic as you need to worry about right now. Understanding protein. Now, this is important. This is by far the most important macronutrient, in my opinion. You've obviously got your carbs, fats, and proteins. That is your macros. Um, all are important, but for me, protein is the most important macronutrient is. Okay, protein will keep you fuller for longer. It will help with recovery from exercising, gym sessions. Okay, and the thing with protein, when we refer back to the previous video, when we look back at your thermic effect of food, okay, your body actually burns more calories digesting protein. So when you're eating protein, if you eat more protein than your fats, you're not going to eat more protein than carbohydrates, but if you're going to eat more protein than your fats, your body will actually work harder to digest that protein. All right. So when you're eating it, your body's working harder and burning more calories while you're eating it. So it's like a double-edged sword. Okay. One, it's a very good macronutrient for loads of different things. Let's say recovery is one of the most important ones. Building muscle. If you don't have enough protein in your body, muscle building is going to be far less efficient. Okay. And with protein as well, we want to have adequate servings of protein throughout the day. So it's kind of it's not pointless, but it's not very efficient having loads of protein in the morning, not eating all day, and having loads of protein at night. We want to have about 25 and 35 grams of protein every 3 to 4 hours throughout the day. So each time we're eating, we want to have a protein intake. Okay, like I say, it will keep us fuller for longer. So if we are in a calorie deficit and we are trying to lose body fat, it's very important to use protein. All right. Common myths. Something I want to debug really quickly, because the industry is full of myths, especially around nutrition and eating and stuff like that. Okay, so for people watching this video, timings when you eat are irrelevant. Okay, a lot of people say, "Oh, what time should I eat?" Like, give me a meal plan, tell me exactly what. Fucking irrelevant. And especially a lot of people on here has probably heard that if you eat late at night, your body is resting and you're going to put on fat through the night. Okay, a complete fucking bollocks. If you're in a calorie deficit, you could eat 1 minute before you go to bed, and it's not going to affect body fat or weight whatsoever. Okay, what it may affect is your sleep quality. If you eat really late and your body's beginning to digest food, it may affect your sleep quality going into that night. And that being said, we will touch on this later in the weeks. Okay, if you do have poor sleep quality, that can affect different things. But we will expand on that later into the program. So put that one at the back of your mind and keep that on the back burner. But it will not affect your weight. Okay, if you're in a calorie surplus, and you've ate too much and you eat before bed, yeah, well, because you're in a calorie surplus, not because of the timing that you're eating. All right. Another thing, carbohydrates. Everyone hates carbohydrates because they make you put on weight. Okay. Complete bollocks. Again, if you're in a calorie deficit and you eat loads of carbohydrates, it means fuck all. It's not going to make you fat eating carbohydrates. And it's a big thing because we're going to move on to the next slide in a minute, okay? And it's going to talk about the perspective of food and how that can affect the way that I digest food and use food. But carbohydrates, okay, are not bad. Sugar is not bad. Too much of sugar, okay, is not great. Too much of anything is not great. All right. So carbohydrates, sugar, and stuff, it is not bad. Stop demonizing them and stop thinking they're the devil and they're going to make you fat and they're going to ruin everything. Okay. Your body needs carbohydrates because it's a muscle's main energy source. If you don't put fuel in your car, the car's going to go nowhere. If you don't have carbohydrates in your body, you're going to feel shit. You're going to feel tired. You're going to feel drained. You're going to feel groggy. 100%. So carbohydrates, see them as your friend. They are your energy source. All right. So that's two myths that you probably hear most of in the fitness industry regarding food. Okay. Likewise, when you go to bed, when you wake up, people will talk about intermittent fasting. Don't eat till this time, or eat. Don't bullshit. If you don't want to eat in the morning, right, it may affect your energy to go and train, the ability to go and train well. If you do want to eat in the morning, eat in the morning. There is no right and wrong. It is personal preference. For me, I think people should get up and have a breakfast, have a protein source breakfast, because it will help fuel them for the day, and it will kick off having protein early in the morning. It makes it easier to get all your protein in throughout the day. Okay, but a lot of the things you will hear are people trying to sell you a dream. Okay, intermittent fasting is the best. Come and use my program. I'm doing intermittent fasting. Don't eat late at night. Don't eat carbs. It's going to make you fat. So use my program. Complete bullshit. And if there is anything you do hear and you're not sure about, reach out and ask. Okay, I promise you, I'll be honest. I'll tell you exactly how it is. And the science doesn't lie. Everything I'm talking about has been backed up by science. There's been hundreds of studies done on them, and it's just purely fitness industry myths. Okay, so like we just spoke about there, perception is very important when it comes to food. So I read a study a few months back, and it was about two groups of people, and they were both given the same milkshake. Okay, one was labelled as low calorie, healthy milkshake, and one was a denser, kind of higher calorie milkshake. Okay, the two groups of people drank the milkshake, which were exactly the same, but they then had a look at the difference in hunger hormones. Okay, leptin and ghrelin. Ghrelin being the hormone that tells you you're hungry, and leptin being the hormone in your stomach that tells you that you're full. So in these two groups, the group that drank the denser milkshake, the higher calorie milkshake, which was the same, but they told them that their leptin levels rose dramatically. So it told them they were full, okay, because it had more calories in it. It wasn't as healthy, okay, inverted commas, wasn't as healthy for you, and their leptin levels rose. Told them they were full. Whereas the other group drank the same milkshake, but were told it was low calorie, it was healthier, okay, and their leptin levels were nowhere near the other group. So they were still hungry, okay, which shows you your perception of food plays a big part in how your hormones are going to react to what you're eating. So again, touching back to carbohydrates, if you have got a bad perception and you a bad belief around carbohydrates and things like that, when you eat carbohydrates, your body's going to react differently to what probably should. Okay. So when it comes to nutrition, if you're unsure about anything, then reach out, ask questions on your check-in form. But one thing I will tell you is so many different things have changed in the fitness industry, different trends, keto diet, paleo, vegan, whatever it may be, okay? It'll change all the time, but the one thing that remains consistent, and it's remained consistent for hundreds of years, is a balanced diet is the best diet, okay? A balanced diet is the best diet, okay? You want to have a mixture of everything. You want to focus on protein, okay, because it's important, but at the same time you want to enjoy food, okay? I don't want to sit here and tell you can't eat this, you can't eat that. You can eat whatever you want, but do it in a controlled manner, okay? And if you do overeat one day, you might need to rein it in the next day. It is not a black and white scenario. It does not need to be treated that way. And as I say, during this program, I want your relationship with food to be enhanced. I want you to understand food a little bit better. I want you to understand why you're eating what you're eating and what it is doing to your body, okay? But one big thing is your perception of food will have a dramatic impact and the way your body reacts to that food. All right. Listen, guys, if there is any questions regarding anything we've just spoke about there, then please obviously reach out and ask. Okay, use your check-in form, use TrueCoach, use WhatsApp, whatever it may be, or on our next Zoom call. And I'll be happy to expand on in a little bit more detail about different areas if you need that. Okay. Just trying to think of anything else. I don't think there is. Balanced diet is the best. Aim for a higher protein. Does not need to be black and white. Enjoy your food. All right, guys. Listen, take care, and I will see you on the next training video.